Finally, it is Player 4's turn. Player 4 is playing as the Uthuculon and has a starting hand of 2 gold, 1 Flesh Ripper, and 2 Berserkers. He begins by spending his 2 gold cards on a Flesh Ripper, which he takes from his barracks and places in his discard pile. Next, he decides to perform a combat action against the Slumbering Dragon Lord event card, which has a strength of 5. Player 4 begins the battle by playing 2 Berserkers. The Berserker's ability reads, Resolution: if wounded, add 2 strength to this unit. He then plays his Flesh Ripper card, which reads, when played, wound 1 friendly unit to draw 1 card. Player 4 chooses to use the Flesh Ripper ability to wound 1 of his Berserkers and draws a card. He rotates 1 of his 2 Berserkers sideways to indicate that the unit is wounded. Wounded units are destroyed at the end of combat. This gives the Berserker +2 strength, bringing Player 4's total attack strength up to 6. This is enough strength to defeat the Slumbering Dragon Lord's strength of 5, but first, Player 4 must roll the attrition die. The attrition die is used to determine how many units are destroyed during combat against certain event cards, and it can randomly affect the outcome of combat. Players must roll the attrition die when the event card shows the attrition die icon in the lower left corner. Now that Player 4 has committed all of his units, he rolls the attrition die, which shows 1 skull. This result means that the player must choose to remove 1 of his units from combat, placing it back into its pile of origin. He chooses to destroy the unwounded Berserker, returning it to its barracks. Player 4 now totals up his final strength, which equals 5. This is just enough to defeat the Slumbering Dragon Lord. He claims it as a reward and places it above his home realm, where it can now generate 1 influence, similar to a stronghold. Since 1 of Player 4's Berserker units was wounded during the battle, it is destroyed at the end of combat and returned to its pile of origin. The remaining units involved in the battle are returned to Player 4's discard pile. Finally, Player 4 exhausts the Slumbering Dragon Lord to spend 1 influence to keep his last card in hand. He then replenishes his hand to 5 cards. At the end of the last player's turn, the first player reveals the top card of the event deck, and the game round is complete. Play continues in this fashion until a player fulfills the conditions of the objective card, or until all players have been defeated. This concludes our overview of Rune Age. To learn more about the game, additional rules, scenarios, and expansions, visit www.fantasyflightgames.com.